Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance here on G4G, Games for Gamers. I'm your host, Napalm Dawn, and today's episode is going to be the wrap-up of PvP season, the Angela season, the Blaster Suit season, the little weird Hugin's eye necklacey season. So, I went ahead and finished in Adamantium, and I'm going to be collecting the rewards over here, so let's see how this goes. So there's Angela. It's kind of a cool looking sprite. Oh, by the way, today's background music is brought to you by the Ultimate Metal Step Mix. A link will be in the description, along with some other links as to my Twitter feed, my Twitch feed, and hey, by all means, go ahead and feel free to give a like and subscribe. So, there's the end of the list over there. As you can see, that's what my current list looks like. There's Thor's. There's the Destroyer. He's getting up there. I think he's 6 or 7 at this point. And there's Angela, and I actually kept 2 training bays open. One for Destroyers he levels, and one for Angela. The Lord of Stars has informed me that you are capable in the art of the hunt, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Do not disappoint me. That was quick. So let's take a look at the rewards over here and see where I finally placed. Alright, so 1726. That last... wow, that was a big defensive win. This guy must have been pretty high. So, yep, finished up at 1726. And, of course... pretty close to the highest finished. It looks like on the Nova season I got 7469, and there's 7443 in the Karnak season. Well, in terms of rank at least. That's, the rating 1726, 1725, so that's pretty close. And 1791, so that was a really good one. 250, 173... a few more losses this season. Alright, so let's take a look at the rewards, and let's discuss what we saw here in the season. Now, keep in mind, this is the perspective of somebody who has been 300 for the whole season, so this is a Spartan perspective. As you can see here, my team was Molly's Fist, or I now refer to them as Brute, and my previous team is being referred to as Finesse. Finesse was X-Force Archangel, X-Force Psylocke, and they were just a majorly different style from this team over here. So, there's the Emerald Prism, the Weather Control Device, the Warbringer Axe for a little bit of a attack boost, and the Cube. This is somewhat of a malleable slot over here. There's a few things can go, but this is a key. The Emerald Prism is a key, and so is the Weather Control Device. On defense, getting it done to some degree still, Thorny, Signpost, Hotshot, and the Cube, along with Red Hulk, and an ISO, and E-ISO and A-ISO on him. Pesty with Savant on him, but not his personal E-ISO. I don't really like that one a whole lot. So, let's go ahead and go into research and not make that mistake that I make every season. And tell it to research the suit instead of going, hey, I don't have it, it's not in my inventory, blah, blah, blah. So, what did I see this particular season? Well, towards the end, the last like 2 weeks or so, it was all day, every day. Red Hulk, Pestilence Beast, Pesty, Gamora, Molly Hayes, Invisible Woman, Null, and Molly, Null and Gamora, Null and Kuurth. Spider-Woman definitely was making an appearance towards the end. Weapons were typically Cube, that was there a lot, the Weather Control Device. Some DFRs, didn't see too many hot shots. A lot of Thunderbolt gloves, a lot of bruiser suits. Some scrapper suits, some infiltrator suits, of course a lot of snappy service tactical suits, and you know, a little bit of Groot, not too much Groot going on over there, not as much Iron Fist, previously. Not too many quick locks. Did see some Cosmic Cardinal usage. And so what was the bane of my team? What really hurt Molly and what hurt Brute on offense? Well, basically it was heavy exhausted whenever Pesty was around. If Red Hulk threw that stupid Gamma Bomb and it led to a lot of exhausted, that was a bit of a problem. The other problem was in the Invisible Woman Molly teams, that air pressure shield. Now, what the deal with... There is a way around that. As the season wore on, I got more and more intimate with the decision-making on Brute. Just because they're Brute doesn't mean they can't be tactical, and there's still a lot of tactical decisions that this team made, and it was when to maybe not lead off with the taunt, but instead to throw the van. That was a big one. Or, I'm exhausted, but I've already taunted. Let me just throw the van, and I'll come back to the tantrum next round. Didn't see too many Enchantresses. Didn't see too many Iron Patriots. No Fixers. I did see the occasional Hybrid and Anti-Venom teams, but they were not up at the higher echelons. Warrior 3 was not around the whole lot. I didn't see any Sandmans. Saw 1 or 2 Star-Lords. Didn't run into any Dooms or Kangs in there. Did see some Heimdalls. Did see some Herculeses. A few Wondermans. Not that many Deadpools, thank God. A little bit of Rescue. No X-23 this season. No Cables. 1 or 2 Magnetos. I did see some Classy Ladies, but I didn't see New Magic. There was some Havoc and Pesty Beast, which is of course an annoying team, but if you exhaust him, you will eventually win, because he may exhaust you, but he will lose the exhausted war in round 2 when he tries to charge up, which he will do. Didn't see any Carolina Deans, and wow, she's really close to a level 2. So, what was my hard team? Well, it was if the enemy Molly goes before my agent, who goes before my Molly. That is the really, really bad combination over there, because the enemy Molly taunts. My agent is up and cannot do anything on offense because of their shield. So, I Emerald Prism Molly, and then I basically have to stand fast. I want to hold the Blackest Void, just in case. But if I Blackest Void, it's not going to do anything. The shields simply get reapplied. If Molly goes before my agent, I win because she shield breaks by throwing the van. I exhaust the enemy Molly, and things fall into line from there. Fortunately, with Heroic Age Iron Fist and a protection against debuffs, Molly has nothing to exploit. The other really shitty combination is if I do execute properly, I shield break them, I exhaust them, and then the enemy agent scrolls, and that's a problem. Occasionally, enemy Mollies would get big and fast procs when not even protecting, and I came really close to losing one like that, where everything was going good, like I AoE'd, and all of a sudden she had 2 turns in a row, and she just procced her own taunt, and then she procced her tantrum back to back, and there was hell to pay. But I did still win. So that's pretty much how my season went over there. Brute and Finesse definitely had a lot of differences in their playstyles, and they had advantages and disadvantages, but you just have to know how to still be smart when you were using Molly. Like, if you haven't taunted yet, and you have the ISO corruption on you, what'll happen is, in round 2, you'll have an outbreak, because you'll taunt in round 1, which will knock you down to 1 stack. And your next turn, when you go into Tantrum, you're now at 0, you outbreak. So if Pesty gets the mask out before I taunt, what I'll actually do is throw the van in round 1 to get it back over to the other side, and hope for the best, rather than have a guaranteed outbreak on Molly, weakening her. So here's Marvel Now's Angela. Pretty cool skin over here. Kind of a modern looking belt. She has all these guess they're chains, really? Seems like one chain is attached to this little spear tip, and then the other just kind of goes off. And she's a scrapper. Art of the Hunt. Chance to preemptively counter an enemy attack applying bleeding. Counter attacks when an enemy with the Mark of the Huntress attacks applying flanked. So that's going to be cool. Some free flanks out there. Asgard's Assassin. Immune to burning, chill, poison, and radiation. Gains health and stamina whenever an enemy is defeated. Speaking of that passive, I'm thinking of potentially doing a team-up called the Immunities, and have Destroyer and Wonder Man, and kind of discuss some of these people that are immune to a whole lot of things. And they might even work out on defense. Let's look at her abilities. Zyphos. A 3-hit attack. Well, let's look at her stats actually here. So her health is crap, stamina is decent, attack is really good, defense is poor, and she has accuracy and evasion. So using the pot kettle black method, we will be ISOing for health, attack, accuracy, and evasion, and we will be leaving defense alone. So Zyphos, bleeding and ravage, which is really nice. I mean, applying bleeding and then making the bleeding worse. Yeah, that's really cool. And that person gets a 4-round non-removable debuff of Mark of the Huntress. Attacks against that target are guaranteed to hit, and allies that defeat this target with an attack gain health. So somewhat similar to Valkyrie's passive. Valkyrie and her might make an interesting team-up. Blades of Ichor, 1 enemy, 3 hits. Hemorrhaging attack, nothing for nothing. Enemies with Mark of the Huntress gain buff blocker. And she removes buffs. So for single target, you're going to hit somebody with Zyphos. And then you're going to hit them again with Blades of Ichor after that in the next round. Battle Cry. It's a quick action and a buff. 2-round cooldown. Enemies with Mark of the Huntress gain Intimidate and Cower. She gets Rising Up and she gets Blessing. And then we have Blood Angel. 1 enemy, 2 hits, slashing melee, low hit percentage, finest hour, high crits, Blood Debt, attacks against enemies with Mark of the Huntress gain exploit bleeds. Okay, that's pretty cool. And defeating an opponent with the Mark of the Huntress grants an extra turn. To her, probably. So that's sort of a nifty little execute over there. But it'd be interesting to see if somebody else kills them. So she has no AoE. So that might be a little bit of an issue for disorient level effects. She has no way of getting around them. Long buy over here. Not going to read that. Let's see her team-ups. Anti-Venom's pretty big for Bloodlust and Debbie Downers. Archangel, are you an angel? Huh. Send me an angel. Ares. Big team-up over there. Blade's got some. Blade's got quite a bit. Cable's got a decent amount. Deadpool's got quite a bit. There's some on Drax, Fandral. Enchantress is a little weaker than expected. Gamora's got a ton. Heimdall's got quite a lot. Not seen any unique ones other than the Are You an Angel? Horseman of War, only horse? Surprised it's not saying X-23. Hybrid, Loki, there, okay, so she's got a lot with Loki. I wonder why Black Sheep, though. Big ones on Shatterstar, pretty big ones on Sif. Oh, wow, she was a Guardian of the Galaxy, so big ones on Star-Lord. Fairly normal on Thor, fairly normal on Valkyrie. That was unexpected. I thought she'd have something interesting there. So it seems like... Well, that's weird. It doesn't list anything. Oh, I guess it's saying Horseman of War because my X-23 is wearing that suit. That's probably why that is happening. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the suit, and then we'll take a look at the necklace over there. So there's the suit. And let's take a look from the agent area. And we'll take a look at the suit and the necklace. Alright, so there's the Fist Blaster. Impressive. Immune to impaired, so they will not suffer the loss of attack. Blaster Safeguard. Shield effect absorbs incoming damage. Attacking an enemy will not activate their class ability. Next damaging attack applies staggered. So this may make an appearance on offense, but I think this is a very risky item to use on defense. Here's the reason why. Because it does not activate tacticians on the attack only, that means you can attack and a tactician won't get their special. However, that doesn't mean that a tactician can't attack you and get their special. Because it says attacking an enemy. So, I think this probably will not show up on defense unless this is like somebody's first Vibranium win, and this is the best suit that they have. So this is not as strong as people might think. And of course the old blaster suit of the glowy generation was not that good either. You could extend recharge and get guaranteed critical hits, which compared to other things like enraged and, you know, combat reflexes and scrapper power and the tactical advantage and everything like that, I think the blaster suits do tend to rank a little bit weaker. So let me go ahead and pull up that Hugin's Eye. Let's see where they stick it in the list here. I find that weird that I have to go digging for it and it's like not right on top. Okay, may not be activated manually, so it of course is like the Cosmic Cardinal and Gaunt Caress. Special functionality, Watchful Eye dodges all incoming unarmed attacks, removes True Strike from incoming attacks, does not affect unarmed attacks with Ethereal Strike or Catastrophic, and I would also wager stealthy ones. Disengage. Dodging a melee attack grants many shot, increasing the damage of the next range attack. Stacking up to 5 times in the last 2 rounds, so there is a chance to never lose this unless, of course, it's purged. My guess is that this is going to sync up very, very well with Protector agents that use the Thunderbolt Glove. But remember, this is only for unarmed attacks. It's not even just melee attacks, it's unarmed. So I would say you're probably not going to see this a whole lot unless you are running a Protector. If you're not running a Protector, probably not going to see a whole lot of this. So let's see if we can get into some combat over here with Miss New Little Angela. Yeah, I'll just skip these dialogues. Oh, there's a bruiser there. Alright. I'll go ahead and hit up this group. Now, I'd want the Destroyer in on this, but he's currently on a ship getting some passive experience, so I'll just skip that for now. There's only like 5 minutes left for that. We'll pick her up. And Enchantress would be risky. I've been doing Sandman, so we'll go with Sandman. Let's see. What are we gonna run her with? I think I will pick up the rocket pistol. I always love the rocket pistol with bleeders. It's one of the best things you can do to set up a bleeder because you spread bleeds passively. So there's the T-Bow Glove. Now, see, this one says melee attacks, which is anything that's melee. The other one is only unarmed. But the interesting thing is now, you can make an agent that is simply only all can't be activated things. You can make an agent that rests his way through PvP and has nothing but unactivatable items with like the Cosmic Cardinal, the Gauntlet Caress, this new item, the thing that provides ammo for the Bishop. Oh, I hate it when it does this. I'll have to come out of full screen mode for just a moment so that I can actually find the stupid rocket pistol. I wish they would not have that bug. Alright, so there is the rocket pistol. And we've got Chitter Chatterbox, so we can see what her follow-up will be. Alright, so here goes Zyphos in action. So, it seems a little Gamora-ish there in the sprite. Shame it was a little laggy there, but it really did seem like it was kind of Gamora's actions over there. Okay, so there's some extra bleeds. I'm gonna put the Chitter Chatterbox on one of the scrappers. And there's some more bleeds. Now everybody's like fully stacked of bleeds. So aside from Fandral, there's an easy way to get 3 bleeds in the first round on some people. Sandy would also be a good choice for the team immunity. The only thing is Sandy's not good on defense. He does not do the right ability. Ooh, there goes oh, that was cool. Wow, so we just saw the passive ribbon dance go off, and now she's going off again. That's cool. Ooh, and there goes... Wow, she's just... She is off at the races over here, man. That would be wonderful with Union Jack. Man, she just applied... That Art of the Hunt just went off quite a bit over here. So let's go ahead and let's double attack this Marauder. There goes Zyphos. There goes Zyphos again. So her follow-up is her level 1. And, let's go heal people for a little bit of extra points. And, take out that Marauder. So, alright, she gained health because of that mark, and she actually gained it twice. And there's that proc again. There's that heal. So there's a look at Angela in action. I have a feeling that she's going to be fun to level, especially if it's a bleed setup over here. But man, so maybe she'll work well with Black Knight. Potentially work well with Union Jack, because of Union Jack procking off of her extras over there. Yeah. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the week of Marvel Avengers Alliance, the Angela season wrap-up. I hope everybody managed to get what they were looking for out of the season. I hope you got all the rewards that you wanted, and it was not too much of a uphill struggle. I will say that this was one of my busier end days. The last end day back in, I think it was December or January there, was not really too bad, but today I definitely had to do more than 5 just to maintain that position there. If I didn't do any attacks today, I definitely would have dropped into the 1500 somewhere. So, take care everybody, and stay tuned here on G4G. Games for Gamers.